How you doing? Hey Max, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. Have a good night. Neighbors. Yesterday I was doing I did a review of Peter Gabriel. At the beginning of the review I was mentioning how I bailed out of a middle pillar exercise during the day. I was just, I don't know. I have trouble doing those kind of things. I got halfway through it. Not even, I got down in my pelvis. I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. It's hot up here. I want to get outside. I want to leave. So I just split, right? And that felt weird for like the rest of the day. Kind of some nervous energy, kind of agitated. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And what I think happened is when you finish that thing, you're supposed to take that energy and either you absorb it, or if you want, you can charge something with it. I didn't do either of those things. And I didn't do the clearing thing beforehand or after. I don't just like, I approach these things in the same way that I approach everything else. It's a very DIY sort of mentality. I think that comes from, you know, my music thing, being in music, and you kind of take little pieces of it, take the things you want, leave the things out. I know it can be dangerous with this type of stuff, but whatever, you know, I can't get rid of that. I can't get rid of that thing. So what I did is I was like, fuck it, I'll just charge something with this energy, because I don't want to absorb it because I didn't finish it. You know, you want to finish the whole thing like the tree of life. It's like it lays out the points in your body and these little orbs that you create through your imagination, which they don't tell you how to train in any of these magical schools or things. They never talk about that. Like, imagine this. It's like, well, why don't you work on the imagination? How do you build the imagination? I know how to do that. You know, turns out not a lot of people have a good imagination, and that's a problem, right? I mean, because you need it to run everything. The imagination is the back end of the reality. It's the creative engine of everything else. That's how you do a lot of this magic shit. So it's like, I don't think carrying around that unfinished energy thing was good. So I said, I'll charge something. So I figured I'd charge a weapon, one of those weapons I carry just for purposes, in case, you know. But I couldn't find my bag. Oh no, I found my bag, but I couldn't find. I took all the weapons out for some reason. So I just took the Bible and I just charged the Bible. And I said, well, I guess I'll just put it in that, and I did. Again, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm sure there are people saying, why did you do that? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. So I charged the Bible with it. Because the Bible for me, especially when I bring it out here, is going to be used as a weapon, right? I mean, I've never had a situation where I had to yank that out or anything. I think that'd be kind of funny if I got in a situation that was, got to that level where I had to yank a Bible out. Usually the name of Jesus is good enough, but you never know. You never know. I mean, this is kind of new to me, all this stuff. You know, as far as going out and actually seeking out these things. And I wouldn't be doing it unless they started with me first. You know? And they did. So, yeah, so I put it into the Bible. I don't know if that's bad. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Yeah. You know, the thing is with some of this stuff, the whole, like, punk rock ethos, it could be kind of stupid to do that, but that's just how I do everything. Will it bite me in the ass? I don't know, basket you, will it bite me in the ass? I stopped puffing on my cigarette for a second, it went out. I don't smoke like this inside, you know. Like, you're not supposed to smoke in my building. I go in the bathroom occasionally, and I blow it up the vent. But, like, that's only if I'm in the house, like, overnight. But, I smoke out here as a defense, strictly. When I first came here, I wasn't a smoker, and I used to hang down at the beach pretty much exclusively, and I was still kind of into doing like into using substances and stuff. So I gravitated to a lot of those kind of people, and everybody smokes, you know. So I just picked up smoking, and then as time went on, I realized what a great crutch it is to have to keep people away from you. Because when I don't smoke, and you've seen it out here, and I pointed it out, people will get so close to me, like it's like they want to mount me. Not me, like they do it to each other too. Like they all just like, check it out. You'll have like this. See how you can cross the street here? You got the two lights. You got all this walkway. You could really, you know, theoretically, you could stand over here. You could stand over there. People don't though. They all group up in this sweaty, tight, stinky group. They don't give each other space at all because they don't need space. Like that's the whole thing. It's like you think like, well, why don't these people give each other personal space? They don't. It's not even in their mind. They don't even think. They don't. If you like, sometimes I've snapped at people for that shit and kind of went a little nutty, and I always look like the asshole because I do, because no one knows what I'm talking about. But they're like, oh, I wasn't trying to touch you, you know. But they weren't trying to touch me, but they were. You know, I feel them up against me, or, you know, I feel some man's breath on my neck. No, I'm not doing that. Get the fuck away from me, you know. But they don't understand that. They don't think they've done anything wrong, and in their mind they haven't. So it's for me to get mad at them. I shouldn't, you know. I should know, just keep your distance. Try to stay away from people. Now, when you smoke, no one goes fucking near you because they think they're gonna, you know, they think they're gonna die from your secondhand smoke. And when I tell you, man, nobody smokes out here. Although, you know, you'll see people come up to me and ask me for cigarettes quite a bit. I don't know what the fuck they do with them, because I'll go on this street right here. Do you see anybody smoking? I don't. There isn't anyone. I'll go up onto Kalakaua, which is even busier. That's the main drag. There ain't nobody smoking there, man. Nobody. Because I think the people that would are afraid of the rest of the hive being upset with them. And people really worry about what other people think, so they don't want other people to think they're, you know, people treat them like a pariah for that. So they are controlled by the rest of the hive, you know. I don't have such concerns. So for me, it's like, it is very much like playing RuneScape, running through town and jumping to get through it, like this guy said, and then worrying about the NPCs thinking you're weird for jumping. Like, you can't, once you realize what's going on as far as people, and mostly people around you, you really stop worrying about it. Not like in a Prince way, like, you know, being so cool that you don't worry about people around you. It's realizing the people around you aren't people, for the most part. So to worry, they're not really thinking about you. Even it's not even like they're thinking about you. You know, it's just weird. So I mean, you can't worry. So you really do stop worrying about it. Yeah, it's been like, it's a lot of weird stuff happens when you start making these realizations. And I mean, I'm not saying my theory is correct exactly, but I know there's something different. I know there's some differences. I'm not the only one that feels that way. In fact, I give them more leeway than some people do. You know? A lot more leeway. Like originally I was like, oh shit, sorry man. Sorry, I shouldn't have walked in front of them. Everyone else was though, so I thought we had the right of way, but we don't. See, I care about that stuff. No one else does. But, yeah, I was always like, well, there's probably like 15% of us, right? Or, you know, and then I knocked it down to 12. And then you start talking to other people about it, and it gets knocked down to 10. There was one dude last week that his equation got it down to 7. I don't know. And I don't know if it's the system tools theory that I have. I don't know if that's right. That's the theory, as with a lot of this stuff, you know. But I know there's something different. I know there's something different about them. You know, you feel it, even if you can't articulate it, which is what the problem with a lot of this stuff. A lot of it is that you can't explain it to people. But a lot of people that do know what I'm talking about just know it. It feels so good to go on like an anonymous Bolivian pottery board and see people speaking about these things verbatim to what I've said before. You know, not just because I like being right, although that's nice, but I like seeing people like that are also discovering this stuff and coming to the exact same conclusions, terminology and everything. It's like kind of it makes me feel good. It's like you're on the right path, or it's like a crumb, like when you see a synchronicity or something. I always take those as a hint that I'm on the right path, or it's going the right way, or you know, it's kind of like that, you know. Well, at least that's how I see it, you know. Looks like you're looking for somebody out here. I like seeing cops out here. You rarely see them out here, but I saw some guy tearing out of here the other night, down the alley. African gentleman. He was covered in, I don't want to say it was poop, but he's covered in something, screaming at people. And there were little kids and old ladies around. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I hope there's other white people around, because if I'm the only white person, is it bothering me? You know. But luckily, it was another white-skinned dude around. He was a big guy. He was really tall, and he went right for him, like, get out of here, come over, like the way you'd scare a squirrel out of your yard. And the guy went running, still yelling and threatening, because, you know, I kill you, as he's running away. So I'm like, he's got it. I don't have to do it. I've been in those situations before. I talked about the Longs one, where the African guy almost killed that old man because he, I don't know, I think he may have bumped into him. It doesn't take much for some of these people. They'll just go right out, because they're waiting to go off, you know. So he went right off, and this old man almost killed this old man, screaming all this stuff about white people and mayonnaise monsters and stuff. If they had a word, like an N-word type of equivalent, they'd be launching that all the time. It was funny, at one point, he was saying to the old guy, like, you just think I'm some N. You just think, and he's like, well, you're acting like one right now. But he's an old man. He's threatening to kill him and stuff. So I'm like, by the time I made my way over there, they had him in a chair. He was sitting down. They kind of calmed him down. Like I said, I don't know exactly why he flipped out, but I did a video on it right after it happened. And the manager was kind of talking to him. I just want to wait so I can make a break here. Make a break for it. So I go to the manager the next day, and I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? And he's like, what? And I'm like, this guy yelling at the old man, the black dude. And he's like, I don't know. He pretended he didn't know. And I'm like, you fucking coward. You fucking coward. Because he's afraid. He doesn't want to get into that conversation. You know what I mean? He's scared. If you're scared, whatever. But it's you know, he was treated. I watched that guy be treated. The guy was freaking out, right? No one asked the old man if he was all right. No one tried to talk to the old man. Everyone was treating the guy freaking out, the African guy, like a child. Like, it's okay, it's okay. And then his ego comes into it, and he has to walk around the store after this meltdown, screaming about white people, mayonnaise monsters and stuff. He's got to go around the store and shake everybody's hand and say, look, I'm sorry, I don't mean all white people, I mean some white people. And all these fucking cucks are like, it's okay, it's okay. And that's why you're gonna lose your country. And that's why it's over for you. That's why it's gonna be another South Africa situation. Because of stuff like that. You know? Hold on. I love this guy. Oh, I don't have any ones? Shit, I don't have any ones. I'll come back to him. Okay, I'm on the way back. I like that guy. But yeah, people are... They're scared. They're scared, like... Not like that the guy's gonna kill him or something. Although he would if he could. But they're scared of being shamed socially, like you know, by the hive. So no one could say anything to him. And then he went around and did like some kind of, you know, apology tour in the store after screaming. His screams, right? I thought a woman was getting stabbed. I thought some poor woman was being stabbed. I come across the store and he's just caterwauling. I think is a good description of what he was doing. He was caterwauling. Like that. Like a woman. That's a lot of estrogen in that boy. Would have made a good R&B singer. But anyway, I get over there, they got him in a chair, they're calming him down. So then after he does this, so I'm still shopping, right? This is long. I'm in the store. A little while after, he's going around apologizing to everybody, letting them know it's not all white people, only some white people. And then starts fighting with the fucking old guy again. What do you do with someone like that? You just stay away from them. Stay away from them. But all those idiots like talking to him after, all those fucking scared cuck white people like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, little guy. That's kind of how you have to deal with that. You kind of like, when someone's like that, someone like that is acting like that, you gotta kind of use the same approach you would with a kid. Like, it's all right, buddy. You know, no, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. Because that's the only way that's the only way to de-escalate it. Is just talk to them like you talk to a kid in school, like a little kid. Because you have to. And that's what they did. And it made me sick. It made me sick. Because he didn't learn it. He wasn't really sorry. He just wanted what he wanted. His ego wanted everybody else's approval that he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do nothing. He wanted everybody to realize that. And all these disgusting enablers. He didn't come to me and ask me, sorry. You know, when I first got over there, I'm like, you sit in the chair, I'm like, what's going on? And the manager's like, no, it's all right, it's all right. I'm like, is everything okay? And he's just sitting there. He's like, yeah, it's all right, it's all right. Like, he wanted me to go away. I don't know. I had that energy with me or something. So I'm like, all right. Then I see him doing his apology tour. Dude, people don't understand, okay? These people that are taking his apology, and it's okay, buddy. If he had a button to wipe you all out, he would push that faster than your head would spin. Not just him. A lot of those people from that continent. You know, I hate to say all. There's probably some that don't want your annihilation. But for the most part, they would gleefully press that button to get rid of you. But people don't understand that. They don't believe it. They don't want to believe it. But they would. They hate you. Okay? I've been here 52 years. I've had a lot of experience in that time. You know? I've had friends of all kinds. You know, I was in the performing arts, I guess, since I was a kid. Young teenager. Talking about how, like, spent a lot of years in a major city, in bands and music, worked with all kinds of people, been around all kinds of people, got friends of all kinds. But they would kill you in a second. They would like to get rid of you. And the reason is because they've had the hats in their ear. their whole life saying, if it wasn't for these people, you'd be the king of Australia. They've done all this evil shit to you. The thing with the hats is they do all the evil shit, right?
Like that.
Pretending to be Europeans. But then if they get caught, they just say, oh no, we're not European, we're Jewish, you know? That's their trick. That's their trick. But the thing is, you can't explain this to like an African guy because he just sees skin color because he's racist, right? He doesn't have time to figure out, to kind of discern which white skin is oppressing, and he just wants to kill them all. So that's the crux of the problem. And that will not change. There's no changing that. There's no coming together. Just like everything else, it's just mitigation. How much can you mitigate it? It's always going to be a problem for you. Just like evil itself. Just like the beast, it's a problem. You're not going to beat it. You can't circumvent it. You can't get around it. You got to mitigate it in your personal space. You got to figure out a way to mitigate it in your life. Just cross the fucking street, you know? Get away. Stay away. I'm talking about evil, the beast. Stay away from the beast. And if the beast is freaking out and longs, don't even bother. Don't even bother. And don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.